Ready here. I think we're starting out. So this is one of the first 4 matches. There are 4 matches played simultaneously. And this is the first one that we're going to take a look at. It's between the Darkwix, Avon, Solja, the current leader, and Skundir. And they're starting on Grassline, which was the 3rd map last week. Now it's the 1st map. And this one, there's no real hidden tricks left in the bag. I feel just about all of it has been showcased already in one match or another. But now that we know how the map is played optimally, it also gives us a really good way to judge how well the players are doing. Current world record 102.62 by Mutta, a fantastic time. Anything under 103 here is already enough to win most rounds, so... But already in the start, Skundir with a small lead. Here you want to go very early up to the left around this long turn to hit the reset block so that the car gets its engine back on. Build up speed through that loop part. Now early left on the grass to build up speed with the speed slides before you go into the section of end turns first here. Oh, a big mistake by, I believe it was Skundir, yeah, having to respawn. And then the map ends here with a bug slide where you have to cancel the bug slide into a no slide across the bridge. And that is Avon winning with a 103.373. You know, very first round of the match. I expect we'll see even faster times as we go along. But this one is really just about raw speed. Like, there's not much trickery going on except for in the end where you can do the bug slide again a little bit. But even if you have a good bug slide, if you lose just like a few hundredths in every turn here, you're not going to be in range to make anything happen. Like, just look at the lead Skundir's building in this round. He's 0.1 ahead of the others, and a good turn onto the reset block. Avon hitting the outside wall, dropping down on the field. It is the 2 Belgians up in front. Solja entering with a lot of speed there. Coming right up close, 300s behind before they dive down in the dirt turn here. Can do a no-slide strategy, but we don't see players going for it. It's still Skundir, 300s ahead before the bug slide. Can Solja, the current leader of the league, make anything happen with the no-slide, trying to catch back up? And that is very close. But he does fall 300s behind, as Skundir had the inside line to the finish. Good round. By the challenger players. We do see the pace being a bit slower than that of the Grand League players. But they are showing they can keep up pretty well with the fastest players in the world. Avon hitting the wall again. Sadly, not really the start of the match he's been looking for here. So it's down to 3 players left. And again, Solja and Skundir are looking very strong here. But the Darkwix is within range, and the Darkwix is one of the youngest players, actually, in the entire Grand League circus. I believe he is 16 or 17 years old. So, a very good up-and-coming player from France here, trying to challenge the 2 Belgians. Skundir going wide, letting him perhaps catch up here, but Solja will defend his first place, 103.13. New fastest time of this match. So everyone has gotten a point now, except for the Darkwix. It's a very even match. And Avon crashing out again. He had that one first round, but now he's crashed 3 times in a row. And the Darkwix DNFs as well. It's actually a duel here, 1 versus 1 between Solja and Skundir. We know that Solja carries a lot of speed out of this part here. This is where he gained a lot on Skandir last round, and look at that. Out of the loop, he just carried a bit more speed, netting him about a 10th lead. Before the end, where Skandir misjudges the turn, drifts into the wall there. And now Soldier, if he can get a good bug slide, this round is all but concluded. A little bit shaky on the first turn, but he does secure the win. 2 rounds now for Soldier. So he is now a finalist. 1 more round win needed to secure himself into the winner bracket. There will be 2 winners and 2 losers of this match. And you want to end up in the winner's bracket. If you lose here, it's not over, but it makes getting a champion medal at the end of the day all the more difficult. 2 players crashing out in the start here. That is Skandir and Darkwix. But now Evon has survived the early turns and does have a shot at denying Soldier the win here. Let's see if he can do it. Gets more speed than Soldier through the downhill part. Gets a few hundreds to his name. But now in the dirt. Oh, he's actually going for the no slide. Could build up more speed. But Soldier's inching closer. This is all coming down to the bug slide. Whoever gets the best. Soldier looks like he has it. Yeah, Evon slid off the edge. That is Soldier somewhat casually securing the win here on map 1. He is the clear favorite going into the day after securing back-to-back champion medals last week, so no surprise that he gets into the winner bracket. But among these other 3 players, it is not that clear who's going to take it. Evon's demonstrated 1 really quick round. Skandir's been pretty consistent throughout, but been often second behind Soldier. Now with Darkwix crashing out, it's down to a 1 versus 1, and Skandir lost a lot there in that uphill turn. Did not get the early approach that you need. Here on grass line, Evon has a massive lead. And a pretty fast pace at that. This is around the 102 area. If he gets a good ending. So Skandir here just has to hope Evon misses the end because he is half a second ahead. But that is a beautiful setup. Beautiful no slide. This is a good time from Evon. Oh, no, it's not. It is not. Called it a little bit too soon. That would have been a great winning time, but Evon slid out at the final grass turn. Disaster. And interestingly, Evon is a keyboard player, and because he uses the action keys there, they limit his steering range. So when the car goes too wide, there is really no way to save it at that point. The car is going to go too wide. Unfortunate though. Now Skandir finalist, 1 more round win will do it for him. Darkwix a little bit too wide, having to tap the brake to avoid a crash. But Evon is within range to deny him. Goes up into first now. A little bit more speed than his opponent. Repeat round of the previous. Skandir with an interesting approach. Actually carries more speed with that. Goes up into first. Will this be Skandir closing it out? Or will Evon or the Darkwix try to deny him here? This time Evon holds his line to the finish. And will not let the match go just yet. It is now 2 finalists here. With the Darkwix still not scoring a point. So we're drawing to a close. Either Evon or Skandir will win here and conclude the match, or the Darkwix will have to win 3 rounds back to back to take this one. Out of the first turns, Evon had to release there. You can see Skandir jumping up right next to him. But now this left approach, it is very important. Evon too wide, I believe. Wider than he would have liked. Maybe some speed to show for it, but it is now Darkwix in a pretty dominant first place here. The two finalists right behind him. Final few drifts here. Skandir going for his approach. You see the other players going much lower, but they get a jump. And Skandir will come back with a little bit more speed. It is Darkwix way ahead on the bug slide, but as Evon crashes the tree, it will be Skandir barely securing the win there. Skandir with a better end approach takes that, and it will be a double Belgian win here in match number 3 of round 1. Can quickly have a look at the other brackets to see how they wound up. Looks like Mika and Rossi won in match 4, and match 1 and 2 are still ongoing. So we'll real quick join that server and take a look to get all the results. Oh yeah, McQuattro has won, but it is a double finalist situation between Wosile and Dark. And Link has to release. I think this is the final round of the match here on the server. And the pace they're driving is very quick here. Wosile just about matching the pace of Evon. In that one round he crashed. Here though, bit wide, hits the sign. And now Dark is in a huge lead, but he does a backflip on the side of the road. It is Link in the lead, actually. And I don't think this is anything but over. If Link can just secure this with a no slide, he gets sniped. And Wosile wins the match with a 1:04.11. I mean, that match spun around more times than a washing machine. I have no idea what happened, but it's McQuattro and Dark. No, and Wosile advancing here into the winner bracket. Last match, Enner, Soppy, Tween, Dofal. Triple finalist, it looks like. It might already be over by the time we get to the scene. Looks like 2 players have crashed. Soppy in the lead by 0.8. Looks like it should be his round to win. But if I've learned anything already, it's that you should not call out the results until they are final. Soppy into the bug slide now. Oh, goes wide. Actually, it has a bit of a weird trajectory here. And the others will catch up, but he takes the win. Soppy and Enner going to winner's bracket. So now, if we quickly have a look here, we will see that the top 2 matches here are the matches between the players that won, and the bottom 2 are of the players that lost. And I suggest we take a look at the winner matches here. So we either have Enner, Mika, Wosile, and Skandir, or McQuattro, Solja, Soppy, and Rossi. I think that that second match is looking very good. Also the first one with Enner, Wosile, Mika, and Skandir. Thinking about the map, I believe that we are going on to Touchdown. Maybe have a look at the leaderboards real quick. See who the favorites are in this one. So looking at leaderboards right now, the players that are the fastest that I can see here are Rossi, Skandir, Wosile, Soppy. Rossi, Skandir, Wosile, Soppy. It's like 2 players from each match. I think it'll be good regardless of which one we go to. I've got to pick match 2. Or we can go match 1 with Mika. I know you guys love Mika. Let's take a look. Little bit of warm-up before the players start driving. But yeah, if you just joined, welcome. This is the Trackmania Grand League Challenger matches, week 3. In week 1 and 2 of the league, these right here were the standings. After the first matches were played, Solja is the leader right now with 2 champion medals. Probably already qualified himself into the playoffs. The top 8 players advance there. It's very hard to imagine he gets beaten in the final 4 steps by that many players. Enders in 2nd, Wosal 3rd, Link in 4th, tied with McQuattro. Then you have a tie between Evan and Rossi and Skundir for 6th. It's very close. But the players that haven't gotten off to the best start yet are Mika and Tween there in the bottom. And Mika just won his first match, so, you know, maybe Mika can turn it around. He is a very competent player, especially if there's ice on any of the tracks. You know he's gonna go pretty fast. So we will see. Let's jump back in. Actually, I can show you the map pack real quick. This is the map pack for this set of matches. We're currently on Touchdown, map 2. You got Clock Tower, which you saw last week, and then you have the 2 new maps, Speed Up and Tiny Gap, which both, I think, have a little bit of ice. Not a lot. Speed Up has 1 ice slide turn, and then Tiny Gap just has, like, you drive on a couple of patches of ice. It's very minimal. So, for Mika, it's gonna come down to his normal driving, at which he is very good as well. But yeah, this is an interesting map, Touchdown. Every map has an identity, like a obstacle part that defines the track. It looks like all the players are going to start. You will see it later on. It is this huge quarter pipe jump here in the ending. And there is a trick for it that some players might go for. Let's begin. We got Mika in his car skin. You can even see the hashtag Ice Gang badge on it, representing his people. And the other 3 players as well, driving with their organization's car skins here. Enter, Skundir, and Wosal. First to 3 points wins. Top 2 players advance into the winner bracket. And the bottom 2 fall down into the 1 win, 1 loss bracket. And we're here with a very inside approach. Some players like to go wider there to carry a little bit more speed. You can see Mika slowly creeping up here, whereas Skundir's had a big mistake. He's out of it. And Wosal also lost a little bit of time. Here again, inside line versus outside line. Classic Trackmania dilemma. Inside line gets you to the checkpoint faster, but outside line carries more speed, so you gotta figure out what you want to go for. Enter here in the lead before the first quarter pipe jump. Now, is anyone gonna go for the trick? No, it looks like they're just trying to do a normal quarter pipe jump, get the ring, which is floating in the air there, and then land back down into the quarter pipe. You can see here, collecting the ring and then landing back down. It is a very close race, but Enter has a 10th of a lead that he can work with to secure the first round, and he will take it 1:12.92 to start us off here. Now, I hope we get to see the trick. The trick is that you go a little bit off the side of the ramp to reduce airtime. You can just do a standard alley-oop jump, but if you go a little bit off the side, you can land earlier in the next quarter pipe. Gains maybe a 10th per jump. But very risky to go for in a live match It's often that you wanna, you know, keep the world record strategies offline and then go for something more consistent when you're trying to win every round here. Oh, great speed kept by Enner. Went from 4th to 1st effectively with that line. Here though on the plastic ends up a little bit wide, but this could result in a lot of speed before the quarter pipes. Very close battle between all three here. Wosal, Mika, and him approaching the first quarter pipe jump. Just barely want to get the ring and go down again. You can go too low, and if you do, you will not get the checkpoint. Your lap will not count. Here, Wosal, I think he's a bit too low to do anything. It's Mika in the lead ahead of Enner into the last turn, having to tap the brake, but it's still enough for the win. Mika answering right back there. The point of zone. That's a great round by all the players. No mistakes whatsoever. If they're going to keep driving like this, it is when the small things will start to matter. Like in that first dirt part, you can get a pretty early gear up, which gives you more speed across this long straight here. And now here, a small release tap to land in the downhill of the grass. Oh, Skandir having an awkward approach, it looks like. But making it work. Wosal up into first. Here's Skandir just going for an inside line. Enner once again building great speed there on the exit, but looks like it didn't gain much as Wosal is right there in his gearbox side by side as they approach the ending. Wosal having to do a small release. Very well done. Could not even see the adjustment barely. And he remains in first after the first jump. Enner with a lot of speed though. Only a few hundreds behind. The second jump, Enner jumping solo, barely collecting the checkpoint, but he has to respawn. Never mind. He did not collect the checkpoint, and that is how wrong it can go. Enner jumped too low, didn't collect the checkpoint, and at that point, you can't complete the lap, so... It is Wosal winning a round. We have 3 players on the board now, with only Skandir having yet to win a round. And it is always such like a risk-reward game, like, do you risk it? Are your opponents gonna risk it? Second place is no good. Doesn't matter if you get second or fourth. Doesn't matter if you're 100th behind or 10 seconds. You just gotta win every round that you can, and that is why they risk, but it is always trying to find the balance of risking just enough to win, but not enough to the point where you crash all the time. Mika in the lead, but going very wide before the plastic here. Skandir and Enner then. Side by side as Mika actually with more exit speed rejoins the fight. Is Skandir going to jump too short here? Oh, he gets the landing. But he has fallen a bit behind. Great second jump it looks like, but the others remain ahead. Enner still a few hundredths to spare ahead of Mika. 1:12.85. Takes that round to put himself now into finalist mode. Which means he now just needs one more win. But these are hard-earned victories. I mean, we're talking just a few hundredths of a second between all 4 players. Just imagine going into the round, you know your opponents are going to be driving just as well as you in every turn. You're going to have to try to find a few hundredths of a second somewhere to make the decisive difference. There is the ending trick we discussed earlier, but I don't see anyone fancying using it yet. Mika versus Skandir here, both very much so in the need for points. But Enner, with the red finalist badge, is maneuvering the entire field. Now looking for the win here. Only Mika really in range to stop him, and Mika has a great line to go up into first place here. Let's see the jump. Mika a bit lower than Enner, carrying more speed in the landing. 200ths of a second ahead. Next one up. He still remains ahead, but Enner is so close. He's coming right down to the wire to the end speed. And Mika takes it. Finalist for him as well. Top 2 players advance. Mika in a good position to do that together with Enner. But for Wosal and Skundir now, they have to try to deny these finalists if they want to go into the winner bracket here. If they lose, they can still come back on the day. But it is way more difficult. Skundir going off the edge. It is only Wosal and the finalists left here. Wosal needs to build up a lot of speed here in the downhill. Gets it. Little bit wide on the wall ride. But if he can set up the plastic turn now, he can perhaps gain a little bit of the time he lost back. You can see him getting closer here. Actually, with more speed than Enner, jumping up into second. Mika still remains ahead. Oh, Mika hits the ring though. It's going to be Wosal in first with a chance to prolong the match here just a little bit further. Enner with good exit speed will try to deny it and take the win. Wosal trying his best, but it's going to be Enner by 1/100th of a second. And he is then through to the winner's bracket with a 2-0 scoreline on the day so far. Just 1/100th. That is pretty close. But he fought for it. He knew he was behind, went for a very low jump on the quarter pipe, and it paid off. So one more spot left to fight for. Wosal setting up wide on the platform, carrying a lot of exit speed. Inching closer and closer here to Mika, who it looks like doesn't really get a good setup in that downhill. We see Mika often losing a 10th or so there. And here he's on the back foot to try to close it out. Needs to gain 1700th in the jumps. No easy feat. Wosal clipping the ring, falling off. So 1 versus 1 between Skundir and Mika. Can Skundir deny it here? He gets a very clean landing. He has a lot of speed. This is not safe for Mika, who's gonna try to defend it and will be able to. Mika and Enner advance here into winner's bracket. Wosal and Skundir have to face off in the silver and the bronze matches. Close match. And there are 3 other matches ongoing right now. Looks like Soldier has won already in match 2, but there's one more winning spot to be fought for. That's gonna be a great match. We got Enner, Mika, Soldier, and McQuattro locked in here for the next winner's match to take a look at. See here in Group 3. Oh, here it is close. We have the Darkwicks as finalists. Link's already won. Hadra here just ahead to deny him though. Which means we will get to see a little bit more of this match. Hadra securing that one. And getting himself into finalists actually. So double finalist situation. Default hasn't yet gotten a point here. And we saw the winning time was substantially slower than in the top match, where we saw 112 here, 113.2 was the winning pace. So there are some opportunities to improve for all of them. Darkwicks going off the grass, having him retire there, realizes he's not going to win the round. Now has to hope Default can deny Hedra the victory. And did Hedra actually clip there? On the wall ride, it looks like. So maybe the Darkwix has seen just what he needed here to get another chance. It is all in these jumps, though. That looks very short. Will Default make it to the quarter pipe? He clips on the side, and actually, never mind. Looks like it flipped right back into Hedra's hands, where Hedra will secure the win here. After all, Hedra and Link take a win and will also go up into silver and bronze, respectively. Oh, sorry, gold and silver. Gold and silver. We'll see with the plugin how the matches now shuffle. But we have the winners that have won 2 matches, lost 0, playing against each other. We have the losers that lost 2 matches, won 0 against each other. And we have the people in the middle who won 1 match and lost 1. So the top match, Enner, Miquatro, Solja, and Mika. That is about as good of a match as you can get here. Wosal, Skundir, Soppy, and Rossi, also great match. And then Link, Hedra, Avalon, and Snow, they all won a match. They all lost 1. And Darkwix, Default, Tween, and Dark. Not with the greatest start, but things can change on Clock Tower. Actually, interestingly, Clock Tower might be a great map for players like Mika, because it has this one trick that players discovered. Or actually, I believe it was Mudda who discovered it and used it to win last week. The Ice Wiggle. We can quickly have a look at it here. How the map plays. And you'll perhaps see it here in the very start. On the ice, you can wiggle the car back and forth. This is something that wasn't really publicly known. It saves like 0.2 of a second. Then a low airtime trick on the ramp. A good drift to carry a lot of speed onto the dirt. Big dive turn to the inside line. Now here, set up for speed into this long platform section. Use the banking of the dirt here to carry speed into the uphill. Very transitional, flowy track. And then it has this pretty defining turn here. Reactor boost drift, where you have to carry as much speed as you can before the looping. This will build up a lot of exit speed. And then we're getting into the ending of the track. Couple of more jumps here to line up through the checkpoints before it ends with a massive jump into the clock tower. Downhill drift here. Aim for that little ledge right there in the distance. And then full inside line to the finish line, right behind the corner. It's a tough map to drive consistently. And maybe that ice wiggle in the start won't matter as much, but I also can see it being a really good trick if you're good on ice. Let's see if Miquatro's doing it here. Yes, he is. It looks so weird. Like, unnatural to snake the car like that. It's like something straight out of Mario Kart, where they do the mini turbos back and forth. But here, this just gives the car more grip. That is the Trackmania science behind it. Wiggling the car a little bit on ice like that, more grip, more speed. You can see the Ice Master himself, Mika, doing it as well. It looks like all of them will be going for it here. But it's not something you'd intuitively think to do. Like why is it faster? You wouldn't think, like, it's a good strategy. But that's one of the many things in this game that make it such a interesting thing to get into. A lot of depth. There's ice wiggles, there's bug slides, there's ramp tricks, neo slides. I mean, the list goes on of things in this game you can learn and master. And these players are among the top 32 in the world who have mastered all these things and can do them pretty consistently. We're going live here on Clock Tower. The world record by Kappa, who we'll see in action later tonight in the Trackmania Grand League, starting at 8 o'clock Central European. But for now, we're watching the Challengers, the league below, where the top 4 players get a chance to advance into the top league. So, big opportunity for all these guys, especially in this match, Solja, who has won the first 2 steps of Trackmania Grand League Challengers. And he is looking like one of the best contenders to go into the top league. First round out, players try to reduce airtime there, and McQuattro already jumping a little bit too low. Forced to respawn. That is him out of the round here. Now we want to do the very low line on the dirt. You can see that Mika, even with a high line, carried a lot of speed. But the others got a little bit closer by driving the inside of Peroch. Now, trying to build up speed before this banked slide. The more speed you carry here, the more you keep into the next like 5 seconds of driving. Into the downhill drop, Soldier having to release to avoid hitting the wall. Will catch back up into second, but this is a great opening round from Mika. Perhaps even dipping into the 105 area here. With this pace, the others not really able to follow. Let's see if he can stick the landing on the bridge. Soldier hits the wall, but Mika has a very good ending, and that is a 105.94. Great opening time here. A 105.9 would be enough to win matches in Grand League last weekend, so that is huge for Mika. But you can see here in the ice wiggle how much Mika gains just on his domain. Mika is known as like the ice god in this game. He's really good on the icy surfaces, whether it be ice slides or bobsleighs or whatever. And he shows that here in the start just by gaining a couple more hundreds than the others. But then he also is able to match them in normal driving, so this could be a really good map for him. Here though, we see McQuattro didn't crash the start, and he is looking very fast. When he doesn't, oh, that's Soldier falling off on the side. Giving McQuattro the lead here. Good slide cancel by him to remain in first, but he's closely followed here by Mika, who goes up into first now before the jumps. It is yet again a fast round, but he face plants the sign a little bit. Enter versus McQuattro. Is McQuattro too much to the side? He's gonna crash on the wall, and that is Enter. Now taking it with a 106.01. Difficult map here to drive consistently. 3 players out of the 4 crashing out there. Into the start again. We see actually the others being able to match Mika's ice wiggle, but Mika with a beautiful airtime reduction. That is a star and a half from the French player. Gets about a 10th on everyone else. Now let's see if he can hold it into the dirt. A good slide to keep that banked line, but then he goes into the wall in the tech part. Solja into the lead then. McQuattro losing about 6/10. That is not over yet for Mika, sorry, as he can still recover if the others are to crash the end. We'll see here. 1 versus 1. McQuattro with a beautiful slide on the landing. Gaining a little bit of time. But this is all coming down to who can line up best on the jump. You can't even see the platform. You have to feel where it's at, and Solja is a little bit off with his sensor. It's going to be McQuattro taking this one. Getting a point as well. So very even match thus far. If you're just a tiny bit off the aim on that jump, across like a 10 block gap, it has big consequences. And they're clipping the start this time, not getting the early landing and losing a second. You really have to be on point with that final jump. Here we saw Mika crash last round. This time he's able to push the line much better now. Onto the bank turn. Can he carry the speed here into the loop without flying off? Looks like he had to back out a little bit from committing to it. And he's losing a few hundredths as a result. McQuattro remains ahead, but Mika's getting closer here. Just a little bit. McQuattro's on a very fast-paced run. If he can stick the landing on the jump, looks like Mika's going a little bit wide. Soldier as well in the mix. Will Soldier be able to snipe it? Oh, that is close. Only 700s behind, but not quite. And it is McQuattro getting a second round win. A great comeback attempt on the ending. McQuattro the first to reach finalist status. A position that he has been in a lot of times, McQuattro. A very experienced player in the Trackmania competitive scene. But I can tell you, every time you go into finalists, it's always high pressure. Get the red badge next to your name, you know this is when I gotta perform. It's still just another round, but it feels different. So you know, it's like, if I don't close this out now, the others will catch up, they might overtake me. But here, he has a good opportunity in his first attempt to do just that, to win without any hiccups. In first before the jump, Soldier chasing him just like last round. And Soldier looks like he has a pretty good aim for this. Whoa, no, off the edge. And that will be McQuattro taking it 105.87. Closing it out in style here. No sweat. Very nice time too. McQuattro moving on into the champion bracket. 3 wins, no losses. Now, the others are left to play for. Soldier has not gotten a point yet. And if he loses one match here, it is still possible to get into champion. But he isn't looking as sharp on this as he has been in the previous maps. This round, he is in first. Perhaps just needed a few rounds to warm up here, Soldier, because now we're seeing the powerhouse we saw in week 1 and 2. Up in first. Really fast pace. Just needs to hit the jump here. Line it up, releases to land early, and that could be good for Soldier. The other 2 players both crash out. Soldier gets one on the board as well. Perhaps I'm talking too soon. Soldier still on his game here. Late ice wiggle from Soldier. The others started it much earlier, but it looked like just activating it late paid off. He is in first. Into the dirt part. We know it can be very hard to keep the speed out of this one. Looks like Soldier had it the best. Enter with an inside approach. Is gonna jump and lose the grip with the surface. Not what you want there. Soldier's looking very clean through the drifts here. 1500s ahead. Mika with a great save as he was about to crash. 1800s it is. Will Soldier get 2 rounds back to back here on Clock Tower, or will Mika be able to find something in the end here? It's 0.3. It doesn't look possible. Mika's jumping too much to the side, and Soldier will secure this one with a 106.08. So now he is finalist, has flipped it from being on 0 points with the others on 1. I'm sure Enner and Mika here feeling the pressure, the match slipping away a little bit, the comfort that they had earlier on dissipating. Soldier now just one round away from securing this and joining McQuattro in the champion match. And right now he is in first. Enter has respawn. It's only Mika who can challenge him. 900s behind here before the last few jumps. A wide setup could perhaps result in more speed here. He's gonna try, but a wide line means Soldier will only extend his lead. 0.3 of a second ahead here, Soldier, before the jump. Will he have the lineup? Oh, that is beautiful from Soldier, who is gonna take it. 105.91. That's enough to join McQuattro in the winner's bracket. Mika and Enter here go down into the gold match. Well played. Looks like Rossi and Wosal have won, so they will advance into the top match to face McQuattro and Soldier. That's going to be a great one to take a look at. Dark and Dolfal are advancing from bronze to silver. And in the silver match, let's see who will win between Avon and Hadra. And while the others when we load in here. Looks like Avon already had one. Link and Snow were the two players. Hadra is finalist. Snow is finalist as well. Link in the lead before the jump. But is he too wide? Yes, he is. And it will be Snow. Snow and Avon advance into the gold match together. GG's. All right, awesome. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the matches so far. This is Trackmania Grand League Challengers. I'm sitting here casting. I'm going to be casting this today, and then later on, the Trackmania Grand League itself with the top 16 players in the world. That is at 8 o'clock. So it is every Sunday for the next couple of Sundays. We have Trackmania Grand League. I think it's a joy to watch. It is Trackmania in an esports format. Usually, you know, we see it in like time attack where you just go for the fastest records. But here the players are battling it out every round for consistency. And God, is it close. Like, just think about the differences. 100th of a second, 500th of a second. That is like nothing. That is seriously nothing. Doesn't it take like 500ths of a second to blink? I don't know. It is impressive. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you have any questions about the format, do not be scared to ask. As I'm sure people will gladly help you out. We are joining back in the server for map number 4. It's a new one that we haven't seen. It's called Speed Up. Let's take a look at the run through it here. See how it plays. So it's called Speed Up for a reason. That is because it's a very high-paced map, especially in the ending. Starts out here with a sharp dirt turn, followed by a sharp grass turn, and then a drift to the right. Here in all these turns, you can choose to go for a very inside approach or outside. So we might see some different trajectories. Here as well, outside line for speed is something that Kappa in this run went for. Here as well, very wide setup before the grass. You can push in towards that corner, wide up on the road here. So you can push down towards that corner. And then we get into the part right here, which does have an ice turn. So in the ending of the map, there's this one ice slide to the right where, I mean, we have Mika on the server, the best ice player in the world. He could make some havoc happen there. And this is the ending, the identity. So you get booster, you get reactor booster. You're very fast, and you have to do this zigzag slalom between all the obstacles without crashing. And if you want to win rounds here, you likely will have to do it at full speed without any hesitation. If you hesitate, you're probably not going to make it. So yeah, if you release a bit, the others can gain like 0.2 of a second, 0.3 of a second. But it's a very cool concept because the only scary thing here is how fast you're going. The turns themselves are not scary, it's just you are wicked fast. And how do you manage your speed? Well, that is up for the best players in the world to figure out, and it is up to us to enjoy watching them try it. I think it will be very interesting to see them play this one out. Ooh, yeah, Miquatro from Finland. Missing the ice slide here. But we'll see him go for the end in the warm-up. So, booster, reactor booster, and then just you have to commit. Oh, it is hard. It is so difficult. Looks like Soldier made it. And the others are just resting or warming up other parts. Starts in 3, 2, 1. And we are going live. Third match out. Actually, this is the fourth match. The fourth champion match between Wosal, Miquatro, Soldier, and Rossi. The two winners here advance into the final match, which is the one where you can win your medals. So you do want to get into the champion match here. Top two required. Bottom two will go into gold. And we are live. So as I mentioned, it's a map where you will see a lot of trade-offs happen between inside line and outside line, because they balance out pretty well. For example, Musa is a player that would go for just inside lines everywhere here. And Kappa usually goes for outside line everywhere, so... Well, take a look. Wosal in the lead after the first few corners. Here is a spot where you can set up really wide if you want to, like Wosal does, or just go for the intertide trajectory here, like Miquatro. Wosal does have more speed if he's able to work with it. Had to break tap to prevent a crash from happening. And it's very close between all four players. The ice slide here might decide who takes the first round. Soldier with a very good trajectory, setting him up for this turn. But it is still Wosal in the lead before the speed up part. First time around, left, right. Soldier with more speed, coming up to the final slalom. Is it going to be enough to snipe it? Oh, 6 thousandths of a second is the difference, as Wosal hesitated a little bit. But Wosal takes it. Okay, I think we're in for some action. Good first round. By all four players. Looks like he gained that primarily in the start, Wosal. The others caught up throughout the rest of the track, but yeah, just here throughout the bobsleigh onto the plastic, you can see once again, Wosal has some fast starts on speed up, and now he does this wide setup for the downhill. You can see that he sets up his car differently before the grass, but he comes back with more speed into the next two corners. No brake tap this time, he's gonna be faster, but so are the others. It's a dead even race between the top three before the ice slide. Last time Soldier had a really good low line here, and he does go for it again. Gets a good setup for the inside line, but Miquatro just way more exit speed, and he has a chance here into the ending. Left, right. Oh, he's pretty wide, Miquatro, but it looks like he's going to hold it. 106.42 to take it. Very fast run there. Gets a point of his own. Let's follow Wosal in the start. What does he do here to beat his opponents by just a few hundreds every time? Looked like his dirt trajectory was better than a full inside commitment to this drift here. And now into the bobsleigh, just trying to avoid the car from bouncing as much as possible, but the others are able to follow. Here, the wide setup. Oh, but this time into the wall. Going a little bit too close. Soldier crashing out. It's Miquatro. on for 2 quick rounds in a row. The others are all 1 second behind. But the knockout rule is not a thing anymore in Trackmania Grand League. So he's gonna have to survive the ending all on his own here to get the point. Oh, and he crashes out, and that's a big crash. That might lose him 2 seconds. Wosal coming in with a lot of speed to take the round away. Wosal getting a second point now, finalist. Man, I'm glad they removed knockouts because it really ain't over until it's over. Especially when you have such a difficult obstacle left to go on the track. And the Quattro hesitating a little bit gives Wosal a chance there to come back. But Wosal has been looking very good on this map. And I'm sure with that second point, he's now feeling pretty confident that he can advance into the final champion match later on. Just needs one more here, and he has a lot of momentum both in the game and mentally right now. Up in first, a little bit ahead of Rossi and McQuattro. Rossi we have not really seen much of on this map, but he is contending for first. Needs a lot of exit speed here to have any chance, and he gets it. So does Soldier. This is a close race between all four. McQuattro crashing out in the back, Rossi crashing out here, and Wosal committing, going full speed into the final. Later on, he takes that round, and he is safe on through. First spot. There is one more spot in the winners match, the top match, that the players can win. Oh, Soldier clipping the dirt corner. That is a big time loss. He doesn't really get it back until here. And at this point, he's lost 0.3 of a second. Which means it might already be a 1 versus 1 here. Rossi versus McQuattro. Both players going for the inside approach on the grass. Can Rossi find anything? He's losing speed here in the tech part. It would have to be in the ice slide. McQuattro's comfortably 0.3 ahead before they go for it. Oh, and McQuattro with great exit speed. I don't think there's going to be a comeback happening. Only if McQuattro crashes will there be any shenanigans here. But McQuattro looks like he has the line. And that he does. McQuattro into finalist. And the other two players have 0 points. It's a good opportunity here for McQuattro to go into the final match. Next to Wosal, he has been the most consistent player. Apart from the one end crash he had. Oh, that is such good speed out of the bobsleigh. Extending all the way into the dirt, and that is a 10th of a lead. Jumps a little bit far there. But a nice inside line to follow. Still keeps McQuattro way in front of the others. Only leaving a few pixels between his car and the wall, but this is a fast run here. The others have not crashed, but they're not able to keep up. They are 0.3 behind, and McQuattro, I think he's found the flow of this map by now. He's even extending after the ice part. Just needs these left rights to be fast, but look at Rossi's speed, look at Soldier's speed. They both overtook him as he tried to save the ending, and Rossi will snipe it to keep his hope alive in the match. McQuattro's end didn't even look bad, but he did one small release tap and the others just YOLO'd. He drove a pristine run apart from that and tried to just reel it in, but the others are still in it. This time, McQuattro does not have the luxury of having a perfect start. This time he's gonna have to fight for it more here, as the others are right next to him. Soldier, 600s ahead. Rossi, only a few hundreds behind. This is anyone's game at this point. And you cannot afford to save. You have to go all in, both in this slide and in the identity. Rossi wide, but this is a lot of speed. Could come back with this. Looks like McQuattro has a chance to make a breakaway though, as Soldier releases, and that is going to be the match. McQuattro will join Wosal in the champion match later on. So Rossi and Soldier go down into the gold matches. So this will not be 3 champion match medals for Soldier in a row, but he can still get gold, which is great for his overall scoreline. Into the gold match, we see that Evon will be going into champion after winning here. Oh, Snow crashing out. Mika is finalist actually, and we talked about how Mika is one of the best ice players in the world. Let's take a look at this ice slide done by him to see if he can beat Enner here. Exits much higher for way more exit speed here, Mika. It's a small but important difference. He's in the lead before the ending. He commits for the full speed turns. And just like that, Mika will be going into the champion match together with Evon later on. And they will be playing Wosal and McQuattro. Good effort from Enner and Snow, but they were not able to beat the Ice God. Alright. So we have the finals coming up, which is going to be on the map Tiny Gap, where, as the name of the map suggests, you jump into a tiny gap. You can see it there. Map number 5. Now, going into the step, I want you to know the rankings. We can see that Soldier had 2 champion medals. He was leading the league. At this point, if Wosal wins a champion medal, he would be the new leader, as he would get 2 champion medals and a silver. Actually, Soldier could get a gold and still remain ahead. So there are some potential switch-ups. But what a step it's been for Mika. His previous best medal was bronze, and now he's fighting for champion. Also, Evon has yet to win a champion. He has 1 gold, 1 silver. And then McQuattro, 2 golds, looking for his first champion. They could all do really well for themselves on the next map. Let's take a look. Oh, actually, there are still matches ongoing. I thought the matches were concluded. Wait. The silver and bronze matches are still being played. Here we have Skondir advancing into gold already. And Soppy, Dark are finalists. Just 1 more spot. We are in silver match. Whoever wins here goes up into the final gold match. Oh, Soppy missing the trajectory, having to panic back out of the ice slide. Dark with a great chance at seizing the win, and he will do so, joining Skondir in the gold match. And then let's take a look at the bronze match, where we see that Tween has won already. Looks like Hedra is finalist. Here, Link is finalist actually, not Hedra, but the Darkwicks had a great approach to go up into first. Oh, the other 2 players releasing a little bit. It should be the Darkwicks remaining ahead to put himself into finalists. So this is a close match. Link and Darkwix, both finalists. Hedra having 1 point. Okay. The winning pace as well. Honestly great from all the players here. Just about the same as in the higher divisions. Really talks about the, or tells a story about the level here. But with Hedra crashing and retiring, this is the final round of the match. And with Darkwix clipping, it might just be Link joining Tween on the journey upwards in the divisions. Both players, two previous Trackmania Grand League players at the top level, now in the Challenger division. And they haven't really found their footing that well yet in Challenger. But looks like they are on an uptrend now if they climb here. Link gonna say, if you hear the release taps, Darkwix surely full speeding everything he can, but it's too far. Link taking the win. Going up into silver. Alright. Alright. I think we will be getting into the final of the Trackmania Grand League step here. So what you need to know is that whatever division you are here decides what medals you can potentially win. Can real quick pull up the format explanation
for the second track
to see if we can show you guys this. So right now we are in the final stage where the champions, gold and so on. If you are in the top match, if you win, you get champion medal. If you lose, you get gold. If you're in the golden match at the bottom middle, if you win, you get gold. If you lose, you get silver. Silver, if you win, you get silver. If you lose, you get bronze. You get the idea. Huge if you're able to get champion. One champion medal might be enough to already have you qualified in the top 4. Or if you get 2, you're set. I mean, you're absolutely set. So don't look at the top arrows, just look at the bottom. The bottom arrows is what you need to pay attention to understand the format. So we're gonna watch the champion match 3 between Mika, Wosal, Miquatro, and memory is escaping me, and Avon. And whoever wins it, or the top 2 winners, get champion. That's all you need to understand. We're getting into it. The map they are playing is Tiny Gap. It's a new one. I'm gonna quickly show you guys the map here so that you are a bit familiar going into it. Let's take a look at a run here driven by Mime on the map. It's a very narrow map, so you jump and then you instantly turn into a very sharp grass turn, followed by jumping up on this platform, diving down. And now you have 2 very sharp dirt corners, one to the left, one to the right. And then a complete 180 on the platform here. Around the sign, very narrow, hard to avoid crashing there. Drop downs, followed by a small ice part here. Not really sure if Mika can use that for anything. We'll have to see. Quarter pipe jump to the other side, and you'll see why the map is called Tiny Gap here as we're coming up to the ending. There is a jump after this uphill here where you need, I believe it is 216 speed to perfectly jump into the Tiny Gap. Right here, 216 speed is what you want. And then you can land on this ramp and carry all that speed into the finish. It's a very tough jump to do consistently because with all the boosters, it's hard to perfectly manage your speed so that you don't miss it. We'll see Avon do it here in the warm-up, but it takes some practice to get that one down. Will he even have time? We're starting in 3 seconds. No, we will never know if he made that jump or not. We're going live on Tiny Gap. It is the final. The top 2 players secure a champion medal. The bottom two get a gold medal. Great result for these players either way. But we'll see who runs away with the best medals. The world record, a 105.56 by Massa, and I believe we can expect times of 105/low 106. We'll really just see now that we're into it. So, and also if there's any new lines. I mean, players could have practiced stuff here that we don't know about. Looks like Avon has a very narrow approach into the downhill there. It looked like it gained him a lot of time. Here you just want to land as early as possible as you can on the platform without clipping. Building up speed. Avon having that pretty well, but Wosal did it the best. Who went up into first now. Onto the ice. Avon losing a lot of speed. And Mika jumping up a little bit after the ice part. Oh, but he misses the slide. A no slide from Mika has him falling off the platform. And in the first round, it is Wosal ahead of McQuattro before the big jump into the tiny gap. 216 speed is the benchmark. Looks like McQuattro 219, having to release here to land on the ramp, but that's better than missing it as Wosal jumped too short. And McQuattro takes it, 106.59. So that is an adaptation you can do. Go a little bit too fast for the jump and then release mid-air. But Trackmania physics-wise, you do want to release everything that you're gonna before the jump and then just full speed all the way in the air. It's the fastest way to do jumps. So release beforehand and then full speed the jump itself. So if McQuattro does this often, the others could get it faster by getting the perfect speed required beforehand. So let's see. After the jump now. No slides are missed this time around. Still Wosal ahead of McQuattro. Wosal really found the pace. But last time he missed the big jump. So hard to calculate your speed. You see McQuattro releasing a lot more earlier. Will Wosal land in the gap this time? Yes, he will. But McQuattro has more speed. It's not going to be enough this time. Wosal gets the win and gets 1 point of his own. These two players have looked the strongest so far. The question now for Evan and Mika, how are they gonna beat them? Where are they losing the time? Evan losing a little bit in the start here. Just by going wider, that is 700s already. But then this early dive down seemed to pay off for him. And he gets a little bit closer overall. Here, setting up wide. Pace off, actually. Good exit speed. Evan in the mix now. In this round. Oh, but here, awkward approach onto the ice. Once again, hits the snow. And Mika has crashed out as well. It really is McQuattro and Wosal that look the strongest on this map. And once again, it is Wosal in the lead before the jumps. He has figured out these lines the best. But does he have the jump? Has looked a bit shaky on it twice now. McQuattro looks like that is going to... Oh, it's not. McQuattro is, I mean, perfect on the jumps. But he's still 0.3 behind. It always looks so scary how McQuattro sets it up. Because he releases a lot early. And it's very consistent, but it's not the fastest. Wosal slowing down late and more abruptly is faster but riskier. And Wosal is finalist here. Has had an amazing match day and already he could close it out and secure the first of 2 champion medals given out in this match here. Just with his consistency on this track. Going early here, set up on the ice. Looks almost effortless, the way he's driving it. Low jump to the other quarter pipe. And the others are just, I mean, they're close this time, but more speed out of the water as well. Wosal. So fast here compared to his competition. McQuattro is the closest he's been. Can he match him on the jump? Evon actually also in contention. They both clip. Who's gonna win? Mika, the only player with a clean landing, will take it. Both Evon and Wosal clip their back wheels. Oh, that is something you don't see. If they were just a couple pixels faster, they would have had to win either of them, but they both crashed. Mika says, don't mind if I do. Secures that one. So, Wosal missing his first finalist attempt. Let's see what that does to his mental. He drives really well in this mid part. And is in first once again. Evon crashing out. McQuattro onto the snow. This is going to be a huge lead for Wosal. In the checkpoints, 0.2 down to Mika. The others a second behind. It really is all about whether or not he can get the jump clean, as the others are now 1 second behind all of them. Can Wosal secure the champion medal here? The second one for him this season. He has to release late, but it does not matter. The others are too far, and it is his fastest time yet. Wosal takes the win with a 1:06.16. GG's to him. Now the others, all with very close score lines. Only Evon yet to get a point. But he has been driving pretty fast here, Evon. Nearly beat Wosal in that one round where he clipped the wheels. Here onto the ice, not that far behind McQuattro. Oh, and across the quarter pipe. Great jump to follow. Risky trajectory, but he makes it work. This could be anyone's round here. It all comes down to the jump. Whoever carries the most speed in the landing. Evon slowing down very late here. Is that going to be a clean landing? Yes, it is, but McQuattro's even cleaner up front. Second point for him. McQuattro now finalist. Looking for his first champion medal, McQuattro. In the past 2 steps, he's only gotten gold. Now just one round win away from joining the Champions Club here. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, a clip on the corner. Will not make this the round win, it looks like. Oh, no slide from Evon, but he's so quick to react. I think he even realized before he did the drift that he messed it up. And it only loses 0.2 of a second here to Mika. Not impossible to catch this up in the ending. The landing is not perfect, but does he have the speed now? Oh, that looks so clean for Mika to remain ahead and become finalist himself. Mika 2 has not gotten a champion medal before, so we are witnessing some momentous gamers here. A lot of speed. And Avon now forced to do 3 in a row if he is to make the comeback happen. Mika face planting the sign. And at this point, Mika's fate is in Avon's hands. Needs him to deny the win here from McQuattro. Else it will not be the medal. McQuattro getting a bit of a comeback as Avon clipped the checkpoint. Still not over here though, as it is a lot in the jump still. McQuattro does a bit of a slower but safer setup, and you can see that Avon's getting closer, but who will have the best exit speed? Avon is going to be the only one with the clean jump, and this match is going to continue as Avon secures the win here. 2 more needed for him to win. Might even do himself a favor, not just Mika. Next round up, we are drawing to a close. I think none of these players have a champion medal. Avon as well. Only gotten golds in the previous step, so they all want this one, but only one of them can have it. No crashes in the signs this time, but a late trajectory from Mika will be hard to control, and he clips the checkpoint. Was really hard to get back on a safe line there from where his car was headed. Will it be the save from Avon once again here to put us into triple finalist? He is ahead of McQuattro, and McQuattro does a slower end approach. So advantage to Avon, but it's a much riskier jump that he goes for. Who is going to get it here? Avon setting up far on the right side, having to release. Is that going to be a clean landing? Yes, it is. But he is getting caught up to by McQuattro on the finish line, and he gets beaten by 1/1000th of a second. That is the match. It's over by 1/1000th. McQuattro takes it together with Wosal. They secure the champion medals. And Mika and Avon leave today with gold. Whew. Can't really ask for any closer rounds than that. Skondir and Soldier have secured gold. Dark and Ross get silver. Link and Enner get silver. Snow and Tween get bronze. Darkwix and Darkwix get bronze. Let's see who gets the other bronze medal here. It is double finalist at the moment. Hadra looks to be the one to get the other bronze medal together with Darkwix, and he will do so. So there we have the results of today's step in Challenger Division. These are the top 17 to top 32 players in the world. We're gonna watch the top 16 later tonight, just after Cup of the Day. So the match action continues in about 1.5 hours. But if we just try to remember these standings, see what they do to the overall score lines going into the matches. This was the leaderboard. So Wosal got a champion medal, and Soldier got a gold. So it will be Soldier still in the lead in the league with 2 champion, 1 gold. Wosal is in second. McQuattro, I think, is in third now. I think that is the top 3. Soldier, Wosal, McQuattro, and who's fourth? It's hard to say. It might be Avon. It might be Avon in fourth right now. No, sorry, Enner. I'm stupid. Enner in fourth. That is the standings. We got there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed the cast. Whenever I cast, I always do cam off, so I can focus on